Business News. Today we're talking to Michael Hanson of the French Bee. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Now, Michael, you are also a designer.
Correct.
And what we want to talk to you about is when people have space in the house, shelf space, they just kind of throw things on there, think they know what they're doing, but there's some thought that goes into the way that you arrange things on your shelves.
There definitely is a thought, and I run across usually the same problems each time. The first,
Put it nicely.
yeah. The first thing is, create a backdrop of some kind. Bookcases, cabinets, armoires, break fronts. It's great to line with fabric.
Okay.
Wallpaper. So create a backdrop to what you're doing, or if it's a piece of furniture, you can paint it contrasting color. So today we're going to actually just line
Kind
it.
of set the shelf.
Yeah, with some photos. So we're going to create
Okay.
a backdrop to what we place into our bookcase.
I never thought of that as being an important element to setting the shelf.
It helps in the overall end result of
Okay.
creating some interest. The secondary thing is, what I notice is a lot of people have a lot of items of the same size lined up in perfect space. So in this case, we have a very large piece that's in a bedroom.
Right.
So I'm going to anchor it with one large piece. In this case, just a
Okay.
large blue and white piece.
Okay.
In a bedroom, it's great to add picture frames, mementos, books, family pieces.
Okay.
Also, another thing to be sure of when you're placing is it's good to create something in pairs so you don't have a lot of onesies all throughout. So we're going to just alternate this with a pair of candlesticks.
Okay.
And then if you're adding photo frames, sometimes it's good to pick either a thought to your frame or a thought to the style of the photo. So there's a cohesive look going on instead of just gathering
You don't
up.
want to confuse people with what you're doing, right?
It can create a lot of activity if you have a lot of different picture frames.
Okay.
So in this case, we're just going to take a couple frames of the same thought but in different sizes.
Okay.
And then another great thing to help finish it off is just add some greenery to help soften the overall effect, the architectural of the piece, just to soften it out. So we can add some greenery.
And we brought our greenery.
Absolutely. And it's also just a good backdrop
Right.
too, but it helps soften out the overall piece.
Well, you did it.
Yeah, three things. Variety, size, and create a backdrop.
All right, well, that's simple enough, right?
Easy, anybody can do
Now,
it.
forget, you're going to come to my house and set up my shelf for me.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Of course.